Good morning, traders. Welcome to StockCast. My name is Todd Derby, along with my co-host, James Mason, where our goal every day is to bring you some insights and ideas regarding the stock market and your daily trading activities. Good morning, James. How you doing?
Todd, you didn't choke today. You didn't choke.
What? And I haven't choked like for the last 6 months. I just did it one time. Most people would just moved on, but not you.
You got nervous. You got nervous yesterday. That's what it was.
Or I'm fighting a cold.
Todd, I am doing well this morning. How are you?
Doing well. Thanksgiving this week. The market's closed on Thursday. Are you cooking turkey?
Yeah.
You're not cooking turkey.
I don't know if we are, but someone will be.
Yeah, you don't know. You don't know where you're traveling to yet?
Multiple places.
Yeah.
Back and forth between family.
It's crazy.
Yep. Unfortunately, you have to be thankful for them. I'm kidding.
You're not thankful for your family?
No, I'm very thankful.
You just said you're kidding.
I was joking.
Yeah.
All right. So
hope Maggie's not listening to this one.
Oh, I ain't talking about like my immediate family here at the house, like Maggie and Lana.
You're talking about Maggie. You're talking about your in-laws?
Oh, I love my in-laws.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So let's get into it. Dow futures are barely up at 38 points in the green. S&P 500 is basically flatlined. Let me share my screen. Let's talk about that dump on the market yesterday.
Wow.
So if y'all will remember, we were, Todd and I, we were trying to avoid the political talk. That's why we didn't actually name any names, but we're talking about, we were insinuating about President Biden and how he should handle the market and just let it unload right now versus the inevitable of it happening around Christmas. And I said, if I was him, referring to, President Biden, that I would just do it now. Clearly, and I don't care what anyone says, clearly, either him or his staffers are watching the show, taking advice, because they was like, that's a great idea. It's a great idea.
Hey,
we'll start.
James.
What?
I'm just going to tell you a little secret here.
No, let me finish my story.
No, real quick. The government is watching all of us all the time.
That's absolutely true.
All right, continue.
Don't make me go down that rabbit hole. Talking about some of the things that I've seen. The government has some cool stuff. Anyways, clearly they took my advice. They're letting some steam out. They did it a little too quickly, but hey, they're letting some steam out. But the main thing is they're watching the show, and that's all I care about. So we're basically controlling the stock market here in StockCast, and you heard it here first. But with that being said, let's go ahead and just go to the daily chart. And where does that put us? Well, yesterday when I was talking about it, I was talking about these daily candles and how this just looks like a bearish setup. And this is what we are having here. Now, I'm expecting this breakdown, but what I'll be looking for next is the break below 46.46. So this support right here, we start to see that break below 46.46. I believe we could really start seeing some market sell-off going into the earlier part of December. And what usually happens a lot of times is when there's a run going up and it pulls back, it usually bounces off of some stronger moving average line right here, you can see this 86 EMA. It was bouncing off of, and I'm sure there's probably, if I threw up the 100 EMA, it'd be bouncing off right here as well. Well, now that it made that first push down, the second time it usually comes down. It'll usually come down, teeter-tot around it, give a little dead cat bounce, and then just get crushed. So that's what I'll be looking for with this setup into the future, which kind of doesn't jive with some of the bullish plays I'm in now. For instance, like Tilray. Yeah, so I'm not going to really get into Tilray because it's an alert. My only regret with Tilray, and I'm still in it, my only regret with Tilray so far, I'm still pretty bullish on it, but I wish I bought shares instead of contracts on that one, because the only thing that they've been doing is just killing my premiums. So other than that, let's go ahead and let's talk about
We have two to talk about.
the ISPC. So we spoke about this yesterday on the show, and it literally was doing what I was saying that I kind of expected. And again, if you remember me saying yesterday how I didn't feel confident overall in either direction because of the various data points that I presented to everyone. This is why. But the I guess I want to say the irony here is this ended up doing exactly what I was worried about in both directions. So right here, I was worried about with this push up, the bears pulling it back down since there was virtually no short interest on it. And that's what they did. They laid into this thing, they pulled it down, and they pulled it down pretty daggone hard. But then after hours, this bad boy just rips up and goes ham. Now, right now with this setup, in this moment, and this could all change by the bell. In this moment, this is looking like it wants to sell off. That's what I'd be concerned about. Now, you have to think, when we look at the daily chart here, and if we zoom out, this downtrend right here, even though it wasn't really downtrending for too long, there were still a lot of bag holders in that range, and that was a pretty decent downtrend from the higher sevens down to the high fours, and then that gap up. So yesterday we had the bears come in. We also had profit taken, which rightfully so. And then now we have this strong bullish push here on day two. Now, a lot of people who were in this thing, and they still are, they're probably going to start getting out. So that's what really puts this in a dilemma on taking into consideration if you should go long or short on it. You have a lot of people who are going to start getting out, taking profits, because now they're up 9 points per share. When you had a $4 stock now hitting in the 17s, 18s, and in the 20s, people are just going to take profits. So the dilemma this thing puts us in today is more profit takers, but also more bears. The bears are really going to try to short this thing today. Now, again, I'm not playing this because I don't have a good entry, and it is unlike yesterday, because yesterday it was really just the lack of decisiveness. Like I mean, that's really just the best way I can put it. Is it was just I couldn't make my mind up yesterday, and I just wasn't confident in really either direction. Because I was concerned about the bears coming in and shorting this hard. while at the same time, that news was phenomenal for them, and they only had 7 million shares outstanding. But now, today, that changes a little bit. I mean, I don't plan to trade this just for kind of multiple reasons. One of the main reasons is I don't really like to trade in holiday weeks. Market is jacked up. But I am bearish leaning on this at the moment. But with this only having 7 million shares outstanding, if you're a bear, this is what you have to watch out for, because you could get your face completely ripped off on trying to short something that has 7 million shares. If the bulls come in here to try to squeeze out all the bears, because a lot of bears are getting squeezed at this point, and really they're just praying that the bigger bears are going to come in and lay into this. If this thing breaks these pre-market highs, now I do understand it's quite a few points, but if this thing breaks these pre-market highs right here around 21.65, good Lord, this thing could really run. So while I am bearish leaning because of the current 5-minute setup right here, let me take a peek at the 15. Okay, so we can see this on the 15-minute chart. We can see this RSI divergence. It's a bearish divergence. So on the 15-minute chart, we had a strong push up with the RSI, put the PPS value up here, and then it cooled off, and it was making this secondary run. So lower RSI, but higher PPS value. I'm extremely bearish on this. But that does not negate the fact that even though this is a RSI bearish divergence, that does not mean this will 100% go down. This has 7 million shares outstanding. If a lot of bulls jump in here and really try to push this up, this thing could just get out of control for the bears and do something crazy. This is the type of stuff that sets up and creates black swans. Now, when you're trading, you should not jump into trades anticipating that this will come in and turn into a black swan. Those events are rare, and that's why it's called a black swan. You need to trade the chart for what it says while managing your stop losses. So this is why I'm bearish leaning on ISPC right now at this current setup. Breaks above 21.65, then obviously I'd expect like a phenomenal run. So that's what I see for this ticker right here. So Todd, well, what else do we have?
We got 14 minutes of the market, but let's talk about ticker LGVN, which I think turned into a black swan yesterday afternoon.
So this one was just mere dollars the other day. And let's see. Yeah, so this was down in the mid threes. And then obviously this craziness right here. Let me pull up some data on it.
I think this one got squeezed pretty good.
Oh, yeah, this thing only had 3.4 million shares. Man, it didn't take much for that thing to really crank it up. So let's go. Okay, let's see. Man, what a freaking run. All right.
I was scalping this in the afternoon yesterday between 1650 and 1750.
Long or short?
Both. Just
you don't want to admit it. You were shorting it like crazy.
No, I was long. I was just taking. It was trading crazy, so I was just taking like little $50 to $100 hits, wins, and in and out quick. And
okay, Hedgie. All right. In my opinion, I think this run is over. I mean, This 5-minute setup says it. I mean, let's take a look at the 15. Yeah, same on the 15. I mean, it's come down here. We'll probably have a little dead cat bounce off the 15 minute, well, on the 15-minute chart off of the 86 EMA right here. So when I say this, we'll probably dance around at 86, have a little bounce, come up here. It'll probably flirt with that middle Bollinger Band line. I'm just assuming based off of previous experience. And then it'll roll over for a second time and just get the hell shorted out of it. So that's what I'm looking for overall on LGVN. And we'll just have to see how that one goes. But yeah, this thing was a beast.
What's your price at middle Bollinger Band?
$28.93.
Yeah, all right. So the VWAP's at 28.79. So that's really the place where it's going to potentially reject between 28.79, 28.93.
Let's see. Hold on. I'm running through the comments real quick.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, a couple of our members did real well with the SPY puts yesterday afternoon.
Yeah, it's crazy. I do know one thing. So since the White House is clearly watching my show for how to run the stock market, and listen, guys, I don't care if y'all support them or not. It doesn't matter to me. I just care about making money. So the White House, if you're watching, you need to do two things. I need you to make Tilray run. So let's just go ahead, full-blown legalization. We'll make Tilray run and predictive oncology. Just announce predictive oncology publicly. Say it's next Amazon, it's the next Amazon of the bio sector. Say that, and we'll get this ball rolling.
Someone should mail or send Hunter Biden 20,000 shares of POAI.
Todd, you know I'm not above doing stuff like that. Seriously.
Dear Hunter.
Man, now everybody watching they're getting a glimpse behind the curtain and how things operate.
Tomorrow, POAI goes. They're gonna be like, they did it.
Yeah,
we talked about it on the show. They did it.
Like our luck, we'll see some crap about like Hunter Biden bring up predictive oncology, and then I'm gonna be like, yeah, guys, that's a coincidence. And all the times I said there are no coincidences in the stock market, everybody's like, yeah, right.
Yep, I'll be doing StockCast with Jonathan because you'll be in jail with the SEC.
I won't be in jail with the SEC. I will be in. I won't tell you where I'll be at.
8 minutes in the market.
All right, guys. So let me take just a quick look at the pre-market once some more, see if we got anything else. Yeah, I'm not really seeing anything significant pre-market, but yeah. So that's all I have for today. Todd, do you have anything else?
No, slow day. Be smart with your money. Again, we have Thanksgiving this week, so there's already a slow mentality, and they have the day off. So be careful, protect your assets, and we will see you at the next one.
All right, everybody. So y'all take care, trade safe, and trade smart, and we will catch y'all later.